Hello team, how's everyone doing? I'm super excited to do this training for you guys. I'm gonna pin my video because it is about going Emerald, and Emerald is such a significant rank in this company, and they're putting a big emphasis on it now, and I'm gonna tell you guys why, and I'm gonna tell you, what exactly you need to do and kind of what you need to prepare in order to promote to Emerald. And obviously, everyone's goal is to do it this month because you're going to get a $5,000 bonus. When I went Emerald, I only earned a $1,000 bonus. So this is basically like your Diamond Go bonus, but you're getting it a lot faster for a lot less work. So it's actually pretty cool that they did this. This is the first time ever that you could get a $5,000 bonus at Emerald. And if you haven't read the fine print yet, you're going to get it over a course of 10 months, which is less time, meaning more money than like our diamond bonuses. So you're going to be getting an extra $500 a month every single month once you promote to Emerald and you continue that rank, or even if you advance up to diamond, you still keep your Emerald bonus, which is really, really cool because they can overlap. So the bonuses are great, but they're also not everything. And I did want to emphasize that, yes, it's time to like run fast because it's a short month and we're already 6 days in. So it's not like we have a full 30 days to, go after it. But you do want to also, keep in mind that bonuses are like icing on the cake. They're not the end all be all. So to give you guys a perfect example, I actually missed my triple diamond $50,000 bonus because I didn't hit it in time. And that's okay. As you guys see, like Johnny and I are still pushing. We're not letting it, affect us. We're not losing sleep over it. We're just focused on the next goal, the next rank, whatever the case is, because sometimes it just takes a little bit of time, and that's okay. So I do want to say that, as you guys are pushing for this bonus, if it doesn't happen, don't let it discourage you, because you never know. What if you gave it your all this month, okay? You gave it your all and you're maybe like, let's say half a ruby away, and you just run out of time, you run out of, days to get the bonus, but they extend it. Then what? What if you didn't, try and go for that bonus, and then they extended it, and then you would have missed out on it because you gave up already in your head, but you still could have done it because they extended it. So I want you guys to work like you are going to get it. And the first thing I want to talk about is your mindset. So when you're talking about this business and you're going into, getting that mindset right for promotion, you have to decide right now, all 9 of you that are on here right now, that you want that bonus and that you're going after it and you're going to do whatever it takes to get it, because that's the mindset that it takes. You have to be all in and you have to be loud and proud about it. And put it out there, claim it. If you haven't posted about it yet, say, I'm earning a $5,000 bonus this month. If you're already Emerald and you're going for Diamond, say, I'm going for Diamond because I want to make full-time income from home on my phone. Claim what your goals are, and that's the biggest thing, you guys, is you have to claim it, and you have to write it down, and you have to physically put it on paper and put it out there into the universe that that's what you're going to do. If you haven't written your goals yet, the 1 through 6 that I asked you guys to answer in the team page, go and do that right now. That is your roadmap, and that is your what you want to accomplish. Without knowing what you want, how are you ever going to get there? Without having a plan, which I'm going to give you guys a plan of action for, for promotion, how are you going to know how you're going to get there? You don't know. If you don't know your chart, if you don't have your chart printed yet, if you don't have it drawn out, some people draw it out, that's fine. You have to have that. That is your roadmap. If you're going on a road trip, and if you don't have a map, or if you don't have a working phone with GPS, you're not going to get there, right? You're going to just be going in a circle. And that's just no different with this business. Our chart is our roadmap, and our, I was going to say, I'm going to split my screen and show you guys the Emerald chart because I don't have one right in front of me. But that is what is going to show you how to get to where you're going. And you don't have to do it alone. It's a team-built business. Johnny and I are going to help you. Your team's going to help you. Who you sign up is going to help you because they're going to sign people up too. So I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed by looking at the chart when I do put it up here, because it's not all you. It's not all on you. Ultimately, yes, it's your chart. And if you want it, you can fill that chart all by yourself. When I was pushing for this business in the beginning to retire Johnny, that was my why. That is what drove me. When he wasn't home, I was working all night long, talking to people, adding new friends, planning out my posts for the next day, writing down my leads. I was doing everything and anything I can to make it happen. And that's what it takes. So the second thing I want to talk about is dedication and sacrifice. You guys, if you're on this Zoom right now and you want to go Emerald, if you want to go Diamond, and you want to do it fast, like I'm not talking about like in a year or two, I'm talking about like within the next month or couple months, you need to decide right now that you're willing to give up sleep, you're willing to give up family time, you're willing to give up hanging out with friends, you're willing giving up going on trips to the mall, trips to the movies, anything that is not income producing, you're gonna have to give it up. And if that intimidates you and if that makes you, not want to do it, then maybe this isn't for you. I'm gonna be real with you guys. When we were pushing for promotion, we did not go out to dinner with my parents. We missed out on birthday trips. We missed out on everything that was not income producing because it's worth it. The sacrifice you put in right now is going to give you that residual income. It's going to give you that $5,000 bonus, and it's going to pay you in tenfold. But you have to decide right now that you can do it, and you can do it. It's not the end of the world to give up fun things for a month to make, tens and thousands of dollars later on, because that's what it's going to accumulate to. All the seeds you plant now and all the people you talk to now, they're eventually going to join you. It's just a matter of time. So you're doing all the work up front, but you're going to get paid on it over and over and over again eventually. It's just a matter of time. And the more people you talk to, the more people are going to keep coming to you. So you have to decide right now that you are going to do whatever it takes. And if you guys are writing down notes, write it down. I will do whatever it takes. And that means, maybe staying up a little bit later, waking up a little bit earlier. If you have a family and you have, a significant other that maybe isn't in the business, like in the beginning, Johnny was not doing this with me. It was just me. So I'm telling you guys what I had to do. When Johnny was home for one day that we got to see each other, when he was bartending and managing all the other days, and I was also working 5 days a week, at the bar and then personal training clients on the side, like we were busy every single day. Something was going on. We did not just hang out at the house kind of like we do now, because we had to go and work and make money. So I told him, I said, babe, we may not get to spend as much time together right now, but I'm going to bring you home and it's going to be worth it. So if you have a family, keep your child occupied with toys or have them be a part of the dream board. What do they want? Do they want to go to Disney? And show them, be like, look, mommy's working right now because I want to take you to Disney, in a couple months, and show them on the dream board. And then they're going to be like, okay, so I'm going to get that if I just be good now. So you just have to have that talk with your family, let them know, listen, I want this $5,000 bonus for us because I want to help with, pay off debt, whatever your whys in your situation is. And they should be okay with that. They should be understanding of it. Is it going to be hard? Yeah, it probably is. Is it going to be worth it? You bet your butt it will be. But you have to put in that decision and you have to put it out there right now and have that talk with your family right now and say, look, I'm doing this for us. I'm going to be working more. I'm going to be on Zooms with Natalie and the team more because I plan on doing a lot of them with you guys. As you guys can tell, we've had one every single day for the last 3 days because that's what it takes. You guys, I feel like, work so well together when we're on Zooms and when we're fired up and when we're constantly pouring into one another. So we're going to keep it going. We're going to do more opportunity Zooms this week as well, or I'm going to schedule one probably every single week because it's a short month. So if you guys can get your potentials there, we can close them out. We can get that fire lit and we can, show them what we're all about. So that way they too can start working towards their $5,000 bonus. I want you guys to know that there's people in this company that went Emerald within like 4 days. Okay. So this isn't something that's like so astronomical that, no one has done. People have done it faster than 28 minus 6. It's 22 days. We have 22 days left to get this bonus if you're going for it this month. If you're not, still work like you are, because what if they extend it? You're going to be that much closer. What if you've never promoted yet? If you're a brand new distributor, work like you're getting that Emerald bonus, and even if you fall short at Ruby, that's still life-changing. That's still an extra average income of $500 a month. So I want you guys to see the long term of this. What you do now is going to reap the benefits of later, and it's just going to keep on getting better and better, but you have to put in the work first. So first thing, mindset. Get your mindset right every single day. As soon as you wake up, put on some Tony Robbins, some Jim Rohn, watch one of the videos from the thread I have in the team page, whatever you connect with, whatever gets you fired up and pumped up and in a positive mood, because let's face it, we deal with people and sometimes confianza isn't enough. We need to pour into ourselves positively every single day to make sure that we're right up here, because if this isn't right up here, if you don't believe in the products, if you don't believe in the comp plan, if you don't believe in this opportunity, you're never going to sign people up. You're just not. You have to be confident in what you're doing, and it all starts up here. Sacrifice. So if you're sitting there watching TV, turn that TV off and put on Jim Rohn or John Maxwell and listen to that instead. TV rots your brain. Pouring into yourself with leadership development, positivity does not rot your brain, and it's going to help you exceed in this business. When we were pushing for Diamond, we gave up cable, we gave up Netflix, we gave up all of that. All we would watch on Netflix was The Secret, Tony Robbins, I'm Not Your Guru, or we had YouTube on watching a business development video about the comp plan or about John Maxwell and leadership development. Literally, that's all we would listen to and watch, because that's what we needed. We needed to constantly have that reminder of, the good stuff and what we need to do in order to become successful. So third thing, write down your goals. If you haven't written down your personal goals, for you, what you want to sign up every month, or this month, write that down, and then also answer the ones in the team page, because they're different. I ask you guys specifics, so that way it keeps you accountable. And as you're working towards those goals, like let's say, one of your goals was to, like for me, for example, stop sleeping in. Today and yesterday I slept in. It sounds silly, you guys, but it's when you work from home, sometimes it's hard to not sleep in, because you don't have something when waking you up, especially if you don't have kids. So one of my goals is to stop sleeping in, and tomorrow I'm not going to sleep in, and I'm going to write it underneath my goals saying, day one of not sleeping in. I'm going to be constantly commenting to my little picture of my goals, so that way I stay accountable and on track. They had us do this in a double diamond push page for triple, and it was really helpful because it keeps you accountable. It's like you have to, show off that you're doing good. So that was something I wanted to say, is definitely write down your goals. That way you don't know where you're going. Okay, next thing I have written down, no doubting yourself. You need to be all in, loud and proud. And that does not mean posting, every post about it works. I mean, in your mindset, you have to be all in, saying that you're going to do it and you're going to keep going for it. And talk to people in person. Be like, I'm going for a $5,000 bonus this month. Do you want to do it with me? There's nothing wrong with being loud and proud in person. Like whenever I'm talking to people, like, that I kind of know, at the gym, or like if you were at work, I remember I used to tell them all the time about my bodybuilding competitions, just because I was excited about it. So be excited about this business, and that energy is going to feed off of them. And then you can invite them to the opportunity event. Even if you're not friends on Facebook yet, that's the perfect way to get them on Facebook and say, hey, my mentor is doing an opportunity event. I would love for you to hear, what this is all about, because I'm so excited and I know you could benefit from them, and just invite them to it. Okay, so then the next thing I want to talk about is pulling up the chart. I have written down, so I stay on track. So I'm going to split the screen so that way you guys can see it. Okay. Can you guys see that? Can I get like a comment or a thumbs up? I just want to make sure.
You want what, Jaden?
Oh, we got babies on here. If you're on here, can you mute yourself? Okay, that's not working. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that. So in order to go emerald, it's just 2 rubies and 2 people on your top line. So when you're looking at that, if you already have volume, if you already have a team and you have distributors, write their names in on the chart, okay? And then this is what I do. I recommend putting numbers in the boxes of the people that you don't have. So let's say you already are Ruby, okay? And you're working towards this side. You can put numbers in the boxes that are empty and circle them, so that way you're like counting down what you need. You're also speaking into existence. Now, when you look at that, it's basically 14 boxes. So you need 14 distributors to go emerald, but it's not all on you. So if you were at conference, we talked about the power of 1. When you sign up 1 person, teach them how to sign up 1 person, and then you're going to duplicate a lot faster. So technically, if you sign up, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say you sign up 4 people yourself, and you teach these people to sign up 1 person. You're already getting 5, and then you would get 6 here, and then you would get 7 here, and then you would get 8 here, and then you would get 9 because they signed up 1. And you guys, you see how easily that goes. You see how it trickles down. So this is the important part of getting them plugged into, our trainings, getting them plugged into the training and e-suite, getting them going with their business, and just telling them like, look, like I want to help you. Let's do this together. And just being in constant communication with them. I felt like when I got started, I was bombarded with so much information. I didn't know what to do. If I would have had someone that said, look, this is your first 5 steps of what you need to do, I would have knocked that out in a day, and I would have been like golden and okay, what's next? And that's what I tried duplicating and replicating for our team. So as you guys are signing people, just stay on top of them. The next day, after you send them the email, hey, did you, go through that email? Yeah, what questions do you have for me? And just walking them through the process of this business. So, hang on 1 second. Okay. So another note I had written down is the easiest way to, to start duplicating and replicating is from the beginning. Ask them, who do you know that needs to, lose weight, or who do you know that needs to grow their hair out, or who do you know that needs to make an extra income. And that's how you can start helping them with their potentials, is that 30s list, basically the hundreds list, and start going through that list with them. So I definitely encourage you guys to look at this, but don't let it get you intimidated, because it's really not that much if you think about it. Okay, so 2 rubies and 2 people on your top line. If you're on here, you've probably already signed up at least 1 distributor. So do what you did with that person and do it again. So this is where I say it's very, very simple when you look at it from the point of it's one step at a time. You go through one promotion to executive, and then you basically duplicate executive and you make an executive under you for Ruby, okay? And then you go Ruby, and then just how you went Ruby, you just make another Ruby, and that's literally that simple. People have done it in 2 weeks, 2 days, and or not 2 days, they've gone executive and Ruby in 2 days, and then they've gone executive in 2 weeks. And how do you do it? You talk to people, you add people to your network, you post on social media every day, and you just talk to people. And that's the biggest thing, you guys, is sometimes we tend to overcomplicate this business, which I feel like I've been overcomplicating when it comes to posting and the algorithm and thinking, do I need to, interact beforehand? Yes, there's all these tips and tricks we can do, but if you're a busy person, just put a post up, just talk about what the products are doing for you, because you're gonna get surprised about how many people actually will comment on it, or they're going to keep watching, and then you're going to post that one thing that makes them want to reach out to you, and it's going to happen. It's happened to me where I'm like, I didn't even know that they were interested, but because I kept posting and I stayed consistent and I never backed off with, showing what I'm doing with my business, they ended up reaching out to me. And it takes sometimes that one post, that one thing that they can connect with, to make them realize, like, oh wow, like that makes sense. And then they reach out to you. So I also wanted to talk about, I was going to say 2 things, but another thing I want to talk about is phone calls. So many times sometimes I feel like we get scared, we get nervous. We're like, oh man, like I can't hop on the phone, or I don't know what if I'm going to say something wrong, or I don't know if they're going to ask me a question that I don't know how to answer. It might be scary at first, but you just got to do it. If you're busy, schedule phone calls for when you're driving, on your lunch breaks, off of work, whenever you're home. Even when you're cooking, that's real life. People want to know that you're a real person. People thank me for getting them on the phone and for explaining the business or explaining them what we do. And you're not going to know how to do it right the first time, and that's okay. You can ask me or Johnny or whoever your upline is for key points. What should I kind of mention? But I let them talk. So it's a psychology trick. We want to let them talk and ask them questions, because then we can find out their why. We can figure out, why they maybe want to do this, or what is going to, keep them going with this business. That's why I send you guys a questionnaire in the beginning. I use that to get to know you better and to train and mentor you. And that is what helps me sometimes remind you of your why. Why did you get started with this business? When you have their why, you can close them pretty much 99% of the time. Because when I'm following up with people, I'm saying, hey, remember you wanted to start this to start paying off that school debt? Did you find a backup plan, or are you ready to do this with me? So I will actually use their why as a follow-up method to get them convinced to join the business. When it comes to customers, same thing. Why do you want to lose weight? How much weight do you want to lose? How long have you been trying to lose weight? When you ask them these questions and then they tell you, oh, I've been wanting to, lose 10 pounds for this weekend, or I wanted to lose 10 pounds because this weekend I just found out that we're going on a cruise, or I'm in a wedding, or whatever the case is. Then you have something to follow up with them and say, hey, I remember you wanted to lose 10 pounds for that wedding you have in the summer. Let's get you started, because the only way that's going to happen is by you getting started, working towards that. So you can use their why to bring them back to their why, and then they're more than likely going to say yes, because it's like, oh yeah, I did say that. You're kind of putting them on the spot. And when you're on the phone with them, there's no way that they can really get out of the phone call without signing up. And that's another thing, you guys. That's why they say in-person parties and in-person opportunity events or demo events, it's a lot easier to sign people up, because they can't say no to you in person. It puts them on the spot. Phone call is no different. You could spend 2 weeks trying to have one conversation with someone because they're bad at social media, they're not on their phone, they're not really like responding to your message because it doesn't matter to them yet. Or you can just pick up the phone and talk to them for 10 to 15 minutes and get your whole point across And then that's how you're going to sign them up a lot faster. So I just scheduled a phone call with someone 2 days ago. We scheduled a follow-up. She didn't have her card with her. Scheduled a follow-up for the next day. Her son was sick. I said, no problem. Let's talk the next day. When can you talk? Scheduled a phone call for the third day. I signed her up 10 minutes. She was at Chick-fil-A, but she still held her appointment to call me and get her signed up as a distributor. So people love phone calls because it's like, it's easier for them. I said, oh, I can walk you through it, or I can do it over the phone on my end because I had the computer pulled up. She's like, okay, why don't you do it because I'm kind of busy right now. So when you call people, it not only saves you time, but also saves their time, because they can talk to you real quick for 10 minutes on the phone versus trying to type up, a response, and then the kid's doing something, the dog's going crazy. So when you look at it that way, phone calls are a game changer for your business. So I know some of you have been starting to do phone calls. If you haven't, I encourage you to do them. If you need me for a 3-way phone call after they've already been like told about the business, like make sure that they are genuinely really interested. Make sure that they do want to sign up. They're just, maybe something's holding them back. Like they don't know if they'd be good at it, or they have some type of question, reservation, whatever it is. Then we can do a 3-way phone call. And I can help you close them out, and you can hear what I say. So we can definitely schedule those. If you guys have a big group of people, like let's say you work somewhere and you have like 6 people that are interested, and you don't really know how to talk to them or close them, you can get them to the opportunity event if I have one scheduled. If not, you can say, hey, Natalie, I have like 5 people at my work that want to hear more. Can we hop on a Zoom call during lunch? Sure. Let me know and we can organize something. That's something the top leaders have been doing. They've been doing like these little Zoom opportunity calls where they have all their potentials hop on, and then like the leader talks and kind of does like some demonstrations with like either the wrap or the facial or skincare, whatever it is. And it gets people in a more intimate environment, and it allows them to see everything firsthand and see that I'm a real person in a house, because they probably heard of our story or whatever that you posted about. So any way that you can relate to people to make it easier and more comfortable for them to realize that we all are real people. It's not just online social media, because I feel like a lot of the times we hide behind our computers, and social media tends to, sometimes people are fake. They're talking about all this money you can make, and it's not really real. But when you do it in a more intimate setting, they hear your excitement on the phone and on the, with your voice messaging is great too. But when you sometimes go back and forth for hours, like that's a waste of time. You could be talking to 10 other people during that time, or scheduling 10 other appointments versus just going back and forth with that one person. So that's why phone calls are a time saver for sure. As far as everything else I already said, I know I kind of went through it quick. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone? Here's Johnny. Okay, one of the last things I want to touch on is whatever you did to get to Ruby, or let me even backtrack. Whatever you did to get to executive, you're going to do more to get to Ruby. Whatever you did to get to Ruby, you're going to have to do more to get to Emerald. Whatever you did to Emerald, you're going to have to do more to get to double or diamond, and then double. And that's just how it works. We have to put in more effort, more talking to people, more posting, on stories, whatever the case is. Think of what you're doing now and think, what can I do more of to get me to my next goal? What can I do less of when it comes to, hanging out with family or talking to people about, stuff that's not income producing, stuff like that. We had to do that with ourselves. We had to get real with ourselves. And I'm like, okay, I need to promote. We need this for our family. What do I need to do? And I literally sat here and I thought about it, and I said, okay, I'm going to give up watching TV, or I'm going to give up, cleaning the house. And I told Johnny, I was like, sorry, the house may be a little bit messier, because I just know that I need to do what I need to do on my phone to get to where we want to go. And that's perfectly okay. But be real with you guys, with yourselves, and think, okay, what am I doing now? What do I need to do to get to the next level? And you may be uncomfortable. You may not like going live, but what if live videos is what is going to change your business and is going to bring in those people that have been watching? But because you put yourself out there and you put in that effort, God rewards effort. So if you're trying, and if you're just constantly not giving up and you're putting in the work now, you're going to reap the rewards of the harvest. It's just a matter of time. And to do it in 22 days, you got to put in more of everything, more talking to people, more action, more, planning your posts out, making sure your posts are amazing and on point, and don't overcomplicate it. If you haven't interacted, but you're just like, man, I feel like I need to post this right now, just post it. Because what if that one person that's on right now sees that post and it was a sign telling you to post it, and then you sign up that rock star or that runner? Or, if you're like, oh, I need to rap live, but I'm so scared, just rap live. borrow our belief. When we wrap live, we get people in our inbox right away. And it's just one of those things that when you're putting yourself out there, that's when you're going to get more in return, because it just happens. It's just, I can't even describe it. It's like the law of attraction for real. I think that's pretty much it, you guys. It's just having a plan, knowing how you're going to get there. If you know that you need, like, let's say, I mean, there's all different scenarios on here with charting. That's why it's kind of hard for me to go through it one by one. But if you know that you need, let's say, 10 distributors, and you want to set a goal to sign at least 5 of those, because you're going to count on the other 5 people to sign it, sign 5. And then if you still aren't close to your goal, if they're not working, if they're not signing, keep signing, because eventually you're going to get people that are working and people that want it and people that see the vision, but you're never going to find them if you stop. You just need to keep going. And, you know, those 5 are going to eventually duplicate and replicate, and they are going to turn into your Ruby if you just keep working on them. If you want to sign up 14 people this month, which Johnny and I, we on average sign up 14, 15, 16 people a month, just distributors alone, it's because we're nonstop talking to people and we decide that we want to do it. We put in the work, we don't make excuses, and that's what I am expecting of you guys if you want to go Emerald. You just got to put in the work, not put excuses, talk to as many people as possible, grow your network all day long, and it will happen. But it's gonna take some time and some, you know, dedicated effort and some dedicated work. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Hopefully this was informative. If anyone has any questions, I'm gonna stop the recording and you guys